another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Handling the Eastern Conference, this DC crowd hoping to watch their Wizards come out on top. Wizards off the tip. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. At small and power forward, it's Dunleavy and Gasol. And it's Noah in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And last year, the Wizards at times played excellent team basketball. I mean, it seems like every time a shot went in, it was coming off a pass to find the open man.
Butler dishes to Rose. Back to Butler. 4 on the shot clock. Beal with the steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Here's Dudley. Chicago grabs the miss. Outside Butler. At the elbow, it's Gasol. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. And a miss there on the triple. Just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Dudley, that's good. And so Wall with the assist.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Butler in the corner. The dish to Gasol. Pass to Dunleavy. Outside Butler. A three-pointer off the mark. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Dudley the pass to Beal. Wall wide open. Got it from 16 feet.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Beal against Butler. From deep. And again, Chicago. No good.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Kept alive. Outside for Beal. A three-pointer is right on target. Beal's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Chicago's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Here's Wall following the score by Derrick Rose. Shoots off the screen. Beal can't get it to go.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Well, and for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise. On
and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
Here's Butler, and that one is stuffed right through.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And Wall kicks to Gortat. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene, and Porter subbed in for Jared Dudley. Chicago also making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy, and Brooks subbed in for Butler. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Roof shot. Roof shot.
That free throw, no good.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Oubre's checked in for the Wizards. Sessions comes in for John Wall. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Chicago. Mirotic's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline play.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Heinrich. Porter with the steal. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. And that one's good. Humphries has got his second basket of the game.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And here we go again. Wizards in transition. Up the court they go. Here's Oubre. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
For Washington, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
At the line for 2.
No good on the free throw.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
And he's good on the second. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
Bulls trail by 10. On the wing, Brooks is covered by Sessions. Looking to end the run. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Picked by Humphries. Porter in the corner. Shoots the 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
The Wizards making a switch here. Wheels checked in. Well, Chicago has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Brooks dishes to Gasol. Back to Brooks. Heinrich outside. 6 on the shot clock. And Gasol now top of the key. And here's Brooks from outside. And the Bulls get it back. Sessions against Brooks. Humphries with the bucket. Humphries has got 6 points.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And Mirotic has it in the corner. Fires the 3. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Washington out in front. They lead by 9. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the...
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud to...
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
So the Bulls 5 right now. The big men are Gibson and Noah. Butler teams have done Levy on the perimeter, and it's Rose in at the point guard. A floater, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And Washington making a change here. Beal's checked in. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team you like playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
Bulls trail by 16. Rose passes to Dunleavy. Butler against Dudley. Butler attacking, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Beal bounces high off the rim and drops. Beal's got 5 points so far.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And slam dunk by Butler.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Wizards leading by 14. Pass to Humphries. And the call will be against Joakim Noah.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
Oubre's checked in for Washington. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Mirotic is checked in. And so it's Washington with it. Oubre kicks to Nene. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Wizards lead by 16.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
And the pass to Dunleavy. From the arc. Cannot hit. And Washington the other way now. Beal gets a wide open look. Offline with his three.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Rose in the post, covered by Wall. And that's going to be a travel.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that. Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls, Clark, had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
To the paint, here's Dudley, and that comes off the assist by John Wall. Dudley's got 9 points in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key there, getting point-blank looks time and time again.
The offense really coming around here in the second.
It's about rhythm, Clark. They're up above 50% now for the game, and you'll take that on any night. And defensively, there's still some work, though, they're going to have to shore up.
Gortat's checked in for Jared Dudley. The Bulls also changing it up. Pau Gasol's checked in for Gibson, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And the Wizards making a change here. Sessions is checked in. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. Bulls trail by 16. Brooks kicks to Heinrich. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Hands it from downtown. Heinrich's got 6 points.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
And guys, Kirk Heinrich, a steady, reliable point guard, but not last season. Something went severely wrong with his shot to the point where he suffered career-low shooting percentages from the field and from three-point.
And they're pushing it up. Here's Oubre. He kicks to Sessions. Gortat with the ball. Now here's Sessions. 11 feet away. And Gortat gets it to go in on the assist by Sessions. And the Wizards lead by 15. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Kicks it to Butler. Three-pointer. Another three for Chicago.
There's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
And no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Porter comes in for Oubre, and Gary Neal subbed in for Bradley Beal. Sessions dishes to Neal. Gortat with a screen on Brooks. Here's Sessions. Second shot opportunity. Some solid defense from Gasol.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the half. Porter, no luck. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene. And Chicago also making a switch. Noah's checked in. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Brooks for three. Neal pulls it in. Washington leading now by 12. wide open. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Out left to the wing. Here's Mirotic. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And that concludes the first half. Wizards lead by 14. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Bradley, it certainly seemed to be a focus of this team to have a strong first half, which you did. Is this type of intensity something that coaches made a priority?
Yeah,
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. We'll be taking a look back at what was clearly a one-sided first half of action. Ernie, after the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They lead by 14. Kenny, let's go to you. Your opinion on their game so far.
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, they run into a very hot shooting team tonight, fellas. And you combine a hot shooting team with the weak defense they've been playing, you're going to get crushed. I hope coach is coming down hard on them right now because they can't keep giving up so many open looks. What are you doing?
And that'll do it for now as
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players have got a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. One guy has been getting it done is Jared Dudley.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Washington, the great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint, and it's Dudley in at the 3, the small forward.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Here is Wall. He dishes it to Gortat. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 7th assist in the game. Bulls trail by 14. Last season, a mixed bag for Wall statistically. Some steps forward, but overall, lower numbers.
Yeah, but, you know, he didn't score as much as he had the previous 2 seasons, but he was more efficient. And sometimes, Kevin, the better your team, the less you have to do, but he clearly is a better player.
And that one's good by Gortat.
No hesitation. When he saw the space the D was giving him, that's 2.
For Wall, guys, he played more of a traditional point guard role, but double-digit assist numbers at 10 a game for him, really strong.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the 3rd quarter. And there's the feed to Butler. Noah the screen. Butler passes to Dunleavy. Trains the 3-pointer. Dunleavy's got 8 points.
And also for Wall, his usage was down. I mean, a few less minutes played, fewer shots taken. Overall, though, I felt it was a big step towards becoming more of a traditional point guard, and the Wizards are better for it.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
And they double up Butler. Feeds it to Gasol, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Oubre's checked in for the Wizards. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. passes it to Beal. And there's a foul that goes on Jimmy Butler.
That's his first personal foul.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And Wall kicks to Nene. Not enough on that one as it misses. Looking at the Wizards, they weren't as lauded as other teams last season, but the Wizards were a ferocious group on defense. Numbers support that. Their activity, Greg, could really bother teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, oftentimes people look at them and think offense, but it really was, to your point, Kevin, the defense was the strength of that group. I mean, they do get out in transition, but it was the defense, I thought, that really allowed them to become elite.
And you mentioned the Wizards and their defense last year. They had the second best field goal percentage defense in the league. The only team that was better, the NBA champs, Golden State.
The free throw is off from Gibson.
Hey guys, more on that Wizards defense last year. They clogged up the middle well. Third best in the league in points in the paint allowed. They also were great at stopping fast break points. Top 10 in the league in that regard.
Here's Rose. No good. Wall with some nice defense. Wizards leading by 13. Mike Dunleavy is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene. Then for the Bulls, Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Beal. And another miss by Washington.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Bulls trail by 13. Beal with the steal. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Gibson's got his third rebound on the night.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Here's Oubre. Leaps for it and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. For the Wizards, Otto Porter Jr. he's checked in for Oubre. Gary Neal comes in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Rose against Sessions. Noah the screen. Rose dishes to Gibson to the right side. Mirotic passes to Noah. Brooks from outside. Good, and a nice assist from Noah.
Well, with a dead-eye shooter like him, it takes more than average defense to put a stop to it. It takes great defense, and even that might not be enough.
And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. He was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Right at the free throw line, Sessions no good.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Brooks kicks it to Noah. Clock at 6. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Noah's got 4 points this quarter.
And, you know, going back to Noah last season, I think the additions to the Bulls front court had an effect on him. I mean, they added Gasol and Mirotic, 2 major talents up front. I think that gave Noah less opportunities than he'd had the year before, and it was an adjustment for him.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Rose goes in, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And guys, talking about Joakim Noah, he was still the spirit of that team last season. Amongst all the great talents the Bulls had, Noah was that energizer and catalyst for the team, a true warrior, even in an off year.
And the first one drops. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, with 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
.24 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Neal. Brooks covering. That's good. Neal's got 6.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And there's Porter on the assist by Sessions. And it's a 10-point Wizards lead.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Washington out in front. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Washington leading now by 10. On the court for the Bulls, getting this 4th quarter started. On their team to Dunleavy on the perimeter. Mirotic is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Brooks in at the 1 spot. And that one's good. Porter's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Washington.
When they pulled up from mid-range, more often than not, they've buried it.
And that shot might not be the #1 option, but if the D will give it to you and you get it in rhythm, that's the one you take.
And that one's good. Brooks.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Dunleavy kicks to Buck. Fires the 3. They get it back. Second chance shot. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
And the Wizards making a change here. Dudley's checked in. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Wizards.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 7 points here for Beal. Bulls trail by 9. Brooks kicks to Dunleavy. There's a good screen. Mirotic the screen. Butler from outside. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
They're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Nene dishes to Beal. And stolen by Mirotic. And Brooks. Here we go. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And that one falls for Brooks. Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the 2nd most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
Joakim Noah is checked in for Chicago.
And guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road, to illustrate how good they are on the road, last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Jimmy Butler. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Bulls?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
Yeah, you know, here's another stat for the Bulls on the road. Since 2010, when Tom Thibodeau took over, the Bulls have won almost 60% of their road games. That's impressive.
Brooks kicks to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Gasol passes to Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And that's now 17 points for Jimmy Butler. The Wizards have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Wall dishes to Nene. He feeds it to Beal. Poked loose and stolen by Butler. And now Brooks running the floor all by himself. And they take the lead. Brooks has got 10 points here in the second half.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. It's been a hard-fought game, and he just wanted to give his guys a chance to catch their breath, saying, listen, we're right there. Let's make a push right here, put some pressure on them. Let's come out swinging. Kevin?
And thank you for that, Doris. This is to Beal. Back to Wall. Just 5 on the clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Right side Gasol. The kick outside to Butler. The dish to Noah. Rose against Wall. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Gortat with the block. Here's Dudley. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Now it's a 4-point Wizards lead.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Rose kicks to Butler. Back to Rose. Pass to Gasol. Shot is off. Some solid defense there by Nene. Wizards leading by 4. The 3 from Dudley. Chicago grabs the miss. Noah's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Bulls have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the 4th quarter. Dunleavy the pass to Noah. And he gets it to go.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Time out. They're in front by 2. 1:10 left in the game. Wall against Rose. Wall attacking. Gortat and Gasol sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're up by 2. And 1:01 left here in the 4th quarter. And Wall, here we go now, nails it.
Having a whole lot of trouble dealing with Wall. He's been a problem.
Chicago's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Gasol a screen. Dunleavy dishes to Butler. Lets the three fly. Rebound, Washington. And now they decide to foul intentionally. A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart.
Wall draws the double. And Beal kicks to Gortat. A three. Can't hit. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
Their pass to Rose. 6 to shoot. Fires for 3. It's good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. Clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Big time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
It's really hard to get an open look at a 3 in this situation because the defense knows you need it and they're swarming you the whole time. However, they've got to get it done if they hope to tie the game.
The shot, no good. And so it's Washington who's straight by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. You're just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw good.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity. John Wall.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
There are 2 types of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know nothing about that. He shot the ball every time he touched it. Anyway, the guys who keep everyone involved and the guys who can do it all for themselves. He's a great distributor. He's always going to get his assists, but when they need someone to take over, Wall's the guy.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.